Hey guys, so today we're going to be going over the news again for air. There's a ton of it this week, once again, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing is that air is somewhat close to a HIPAA certification. If you don't know what that is, it's basically ensuring that air is safe to transfer important information through. So once we have that, the financial sector is going to be a lot easier to get into. The second thing is that we have some delays with the Zapier actions going on. So if you're experiencing that, that's to be expected right now. It's getting fixed up. And similarly, if you go into the Air website and you see like it says like, we know about this problem, your page couldn't refresh, and then it has a little refresh button, something like that. It says there's a problem loading the page. That's been happening to a ton of people, and it's not your fault. I'd recommend trying to clear your cache and your cookies. But if that doesn't work, then you just got to wait for it to get resolved. You can always try going up here and refreshing it like this instead of just pressing the refresh button. That's what usually works the best. If that still doesn't work, it's just going to be a little while. They're getting on it. They're fixing it. They redid they republished. I don't know how to say it, but they republished the app so that it would work better, and it did work better for a little bit amount of time, but then it went back to how it was. So hopefully that'll get fixed up soon. And then also, I don't know if you saw in the last news video, I was talking about how right now the agent is kind of confusing your voice, so it can't really understand what you're saying as well as it should. So it's not knowing if your voice is background noise or your actual voice. It's not knowing if background noise is your voice or actual background noise, right? So they're on that. They're trying to fix it. That's why your agent's pausing sometimes. If it just pauses in the middle of your script, it's because of this problem where it can't detect your voice, and then it thinks you're just not there, so it stops talking. So they're on that. They're fixing it. That's part of the stability that they're doing this week. So this week, the last 2 days, and going forward until the end of the weekend, it's all about just stability and scaling. So stability means something like that. Scaling means making it so that we can have more phone calls. The whole company can have more phone calls every single day while keeping the same quality. Now, on that note, right now they actually reduce the amount of calls that everyone can make per day for a short amount of time, just a day or two, I believe, in campaigns. So if you have a lot of money in a campaign right now and it's not spending it all, maybe it's only spending like a couple dollars. This is why. It's because they're releasing a lot of new voices, a bunch, not just one. They're releasing a lot of new voices together. It's going to be super cool. But when they release these, they want to make sure that they're high quality and that they can test them how they're supposed to, right? Because it's a lot of new things add onto the server. So they want to just reduce the capacity for a little bit so that they can bring these voices in, and then they're going to up it back up again. So it really won't be too long, just a couple days. And the voices should be out either today or tomorrow, depending on if there is bugs or not. If there is, it might get delayed longer. As for the live transfers, because I know a lot of you guys have been excited about that, and I've been talking about it for a while, and that's because like every single week, every single other day, they tell us that it's going to be released, but then there's a new problem that happens, and they want to make sure there's no bugs, no fires that they need to put out once they've already released it, and that's why they're doing this. And I know I talked about the Twilio problem, where Twilio was charging us that extra amount of money with the live transfers. That's not happening anymore. They figured it out with Twilio, so that's not even an issue. Right now, they're having a little bit of a problem with the actions, so they're just making sure that that's 100%. Also, Air is going to be releasing this new thing where they're going to be able to clean numbers, so they're not marked as spam. So they're going to be able to take your Twilio numbers, clean them up, so that when you call somebody, it doesn't say possible spam risk. Another thing, a lot of you probably saw that they closed the Discord server. It's not that you were kicked out or banned; they closed it for everybody. And the reason for that, and actually, I had a Discord server like very briefly, and they asked me to shut that one down as well. And there's two reasons for that. Number one is, according to them, it's very hard to answer questions through Discord compared to other platforms. I can see how it would be hard for them to answer questions. I do see a lot of value in having a community where we can all just talk to each other and answer each other's questions. I don't see how that's hard. I think Discord's actually perfect for that. But that's all right. And then number two is that there was a lot of scammers and people trying to sell other products that had nothing to do with Air, or even there was a couple competitors to Air that aren't really competitors. You listen to the agent voice, and it's clearly just a robot and it doesn't sound good at all. But they're trying to resell people on this AI, even though it's not even a real AI, it's fake. And Air didn't want that. They didn't want people getting DMs with all these scams, and that's why they shut it down. And then also one last thing, I know in the advanced editor specifically, but in all editors, if you paste something in there, it will delete your entire script, and that's really annoying. And I know they are going to switch to a new editor in the near future, and when that happens, that's all going to get mixed up, or at least they're going to do a huge update to the editor. I don't know exactly how it was worded, but in the meantime, if that happens, if everything gets erased, all you want to do is Control Z and then repaste it, and then it will be fine. And there's another thing where if you save it, sometimes it doesn't actually save. So I'd recommend every time before you go off your agent, you just copy everything and paste it somewhere else, maybe in a Google Doc. I know it's not perfect. I know it's not ideal, but just in case it doesn't save, you still have it there. So just a temporary fix. All right, guys, I hope you learned from that. And I actually have this new thing where any agency owners right now, if you guys are starting to pull in clients, if you guys want to focus on marketing and sales, and you don't know how to do the service delivery, because that's kind of my expertise, right? I'm good with the service delivery. I know how AIR works. So I have this website. It's in my description, and you can book a meeting with me, and we can talk about how I could be doing the service delivery for your business, so you don't even have to worry about that. And if you're not an agency owner and you're new to AIR, I have a different link in my description. It's novaecho.tech, and there you can book a call with me, and I can just show you a demo of AIR, show you how everything works, and maybe give you some tips so you can get set up. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.